came
Painful.
back after 2 decades, though? Was it just like riding a bike, did you find, after so
Oh
long?
yeah. Well, I'd been warming up with Age of Wonders because I had there I think it was the third iteration had an open source editor, so you could build your own what they called maps. We would call it a scenario because it's usually on a small continent-sized map. And we would have called it a scenario. They called them maps. And so I started just painting with the program and started getting feedback. Oh man, what a beautiful build. So then one thing led to another, and pretty soon I was doing scenarios. So I'd gotten my mojo back doing what I felt was pretty D&D-ish. And when I sat down for the first time in Gen Con to play a game with a group, they were all people that had paid a large amount of money for the copy of the game that they were going to go home with. Because I was making 8 or 10 of them in the basement by myself and putting comb bindings in them. And I had a color printer, so they would have some color and some art and stuff. And so with these guys, for the first time, it was pretty easy because I'd been corresponding with all of them for some time. And so by the end of the time, it was like, yeah, shit, I can do this. Hell yes. And so yeah, I did a lot of TPKs at the beginning of my conventions. A
Had to
lot of
shake off the
TPK.
rust.
Well, no, it was just the way I was designing. And then I got cancer.
Yeah.
And I went through the chemotherapy and had to have my colon removed. And I kind of mellowed. And so I harkened back to my days at Carbondale and I remembered something I'd invented back then. It was called the Universal Antidote. And I'd stolen it out of a book I'd read, I'm sure. And it would fix anything. As I would tell the players, it'll put a head on a neck, an arm on a trunk, or arm on a torso, leg on a trunk, hand on an arm, whatever. I developed it so that the first couple of guys that got croaked didn't have to get up and leave. So they
Okay.
got to keep playing. And so I kind of mellowed.